Is Jesus coming soon? And what about the rapture? What do you think? I don't know. Let's find out. What up, Gabriel? What's going on with you? I'm just at the beach. Hey, have you been watching the news? I'm telling you, man, Jesus is coming back soon. The rapture is near. What? The capture is near? No, not capture, fool. Rapture. Have you been watching the news? The coronavirus has spread across the globe. There are millions of people who have been impacted by it, and there are hundreds of thousands of people who have already died. All you got to do, man, is look and see what's going on in our world. Look at the social discord that's going on. People are hating each other. People are murdering each other. Man, this place is off the chain nuts. In fact, the people of Sodom and Gomorrah probably rolled over in their grave saying, hey, Lord, you took us out of here and you are allowing this kind of craziness to take place. One could argue that the times now are worse now than they were back in the Sodom and Gomorrah days. And God took them off the face of the earth. Junior, I'm telling you, man, the rapture is on its way, and here's what's going to happen. Millions of people are going to vanish from the face of the earth, and after that, all hell is going to break loose on earth. What am I talking about? Well, let me just tell you a few things that's going to take place. There will be a World War III, a nuclear war. There's going to be an asteroid that hits the planet. There will be hailstones that fall out of the sky that weigh in excess of 100 pounds. There's going to be a financial collapse across the globe. There's going to be months of darkness. Man, I'm telling you, this place is going to be unbearable. It's terrible, man. It's terrible. And you know what? It's coming, Junior. It's coming, and it's coming soon. Man, that's a terrific story. I hope you're right about the rapture. My ex-wife, she has to go. Those alimony payments are killing me. Kick. Well, since Jesus is coming soon and Gabriel's rapture dream is drawing near, I decided to go out and buy me a new ride. I have to tell you, I love my new ride. And Mike Smith at Clinton Family Ford, he really hooked me up. Mike is an honest and straightforward kind of salesperson. He's the kind of guy you want to do business with. With any luck, the rapture may just get me out of these car payments. That would be the bomb diggity.
Thanks for dropping me off at church for choir practice, Daddy.
No problem, baby girl. Danielle, where are you? Where'd you go? We interrupt this program to inform you of breaking news.
This is Lisa Lost reporting from CNT. The world is in absolute chaos as millions of people around the world have disappeared. They simply vanished into thin air and all the children have been taken. Oh my gosh! Airplanes have fallen out of the sky. Thousands of car crashes are being reported everywhere. Trains have jumped the track and crashed. People are in the streets looting and rioting. What in the world is going on? Is this the beginning of the end? God help us all.
Pastor! Pastor, what's going on? My baby girl just vanished into thin air. I heard on the radio that all the children all over the world have disappeared. Pastor, have we been invaded by aliens?
No, Junior, no aliens. It's the rapture, man. The rapture.
Always thought that was a bunch of hogwash. What is the rapture? Am I dreaming?
No, man. This is what a study is called ecclesiology, which is the study of the church, which is about Christ's bride, him coming back to get his bride. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10, which speaks of the church being taken with him to the third heaven. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 13 through 18, which is the same as John 14, 1 through 3. If I go away, I'll come again and receive into myself, that where I am, there you be also, which is in the third heaven. All the believers, church age believers, they're gone now.
If the rapture just occurred, why are you still here?
The Reverend Thomas left behind. Don't my name tell exactly why I'm still here and I missed the rapture? Thomas, the doubter? Because when I accepted the gospel, it was only a head thing. Man, I never believed this with my whole heart. You know what? I got to this preaching gig because of my uncle. Man, the kind of money he was making. And so I gave a cent to this only from a mental capacity. But I never truly trusted Christ with all of me, man. Now I'm what? Left behind. Don't my name tell a story?
What happens next?
Now that the church is gone, they're going to have a peace treaty. They're going to sign. It's going to allow the Jews to build a temple now in Jerusalem. And now the Antichrist, who is the political leader, he's going to lead the pack along with his sidekick, which is called the false prophet, the religious leader. Now the political and religious world tied together under one system that is all fed into serving the devil and Satan, and God is going to judge this world. Revelation chapter 6 through 18 gives 21 worldwide judgments that's coming on this earth right here. It gives it in 3/7, 7 seals, 7 trumpets, 7 bowl judgments. It's going to be a devastating time. Man, this is the worst time for anybody to live. Do you know how hard it's going to be to get saved now? You got to actually die for Christ. Man, I wouldn't even do that before the rapture. Now you think I'm going to do it during the tram?
What do you suggest we do?
Well, I tell you what we have to do. What we have to do is what Christ did for us. Accept the gospel of Jesus Christ. Romans 3:23, Romans 6:23, Romans 5:8, Romans 10:9-10, Romans 10:13. We got to accept what he's done for us in taking our place and dying on the cross. And we got to believe that with all our heart. It just can't be something that we just say from up here as a mental thing. It's got to be wholeheartedly. We've got to trust him 100%. And now, having accepted him, now we got to decide we're going to please him with all that we have. You know what? I'm going to change my name. I'm not going to be left behind, man. I'm going to be get right with God, do it now. And I'm going to do what I've been saying. I'm going to live it now.
Hello, my friends. This is Daniel Talley, the little stuff guy, coming at you. I hope everyone is doing well. And if this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome, and thank you so much for spending time with me today. So let me explain to you what the Note to Self Guy's channel is really all about. What I do in skit form is that I act out a problem, a situation, or a sin, and sometimes they're all three. And then I come to you as a Note to Self guy, and I give scriptural references as to how you can solve that problem, situation, and or sin. So in effect, what I'm doing is that I am showing the world that the Bible, that is God's manual for living for mankind, has answers to all of life's problems. All we have to do is to simply open up the good book, read it, and apply God's answers to our lives. And certainly, if you like what you're seeing today, please feel free to leave a comment. Please feel free to share this video and even give it a thumbs up, because that makes me feel great when you give it a thumbs up. The 7-year tribulation period will be the worst time in the history of mankind. Revelations chapter 6 through 18 outlines what's going to happen to planet Earth. There will be 7 seals, 7 trumpets, and 7 bowls. Please take the time to review these chapters. How bad would it be? Well, let's consider Revelations chapter 8, verses 1 and 13.
When he opened the 7th seal, there was silence in heaven for about half an hour. Revelation chapter 8, verse 1. As I watched, I heard an eagle that was flying in midair call out in a loud voice, "Woe! Woe! Woe to the inhabitants of earth, because of the trumpet blast about to be sounded by the other 3 angels." Revelation chapter 8, verse 13.
Can I be real with you for a minute? Angels are supernatural beings, and they have great knowledge. So what must be going on planet Earth for them to be silent for 30 minutes? Furthermore, if one of the angels used the term "whoa, whoa, whoa" when referring to what was going on Earth, there must be something pretty bad going on the blue planet. This place must be a hot mess by then. I know, even amongst Christians, there's a great debate in terms of when the rapture is supposed to take place. Many people believe that the rapture occurs before the 7-year tribulation period. That would be people like me. I believe that. Then there are other people who believe that the rapture takes place in the middle of the 7-year tribulation period. And yet there are others who think that the rapture takes place at the end of the 7-year tribulation period. No need for debate. Note to self, the timing of the rapture is not so important as much as it is making sure that your behind don't get left behind. Is it too late to get saved?
Thank God it's not too late, man. No. The church age believers are not the only group of believers. In fact, there are 2 other groups of believers that are going to come behind them, which is the tribulation of believers, which is the period that we will now be in. So no, we can be saved. And then after them is going to be the millennial saints. So thank God salvation is still available. We still can't be a church age believer, but I can be a trib believer and you can too, man.
No, I don't want to be left behind. I don't want to be left behind. It was just a dream. It was just a dream. It was a rapture dream. Thanks, Teddy.
Thank you for tuning in for this tremendous production. I know you think that this is just a fairy tale, it's a fiction, it's a myth. No, this is real life biblical prophecy that God has said that is going to happen. Just as sure as we're in the church age, the tribulational period of 7 years will follow. Just as sure as that will be ended by the second coming, which will follow Christ's 1,000-year reign on this earth. Just as sure as those things are true, you can surrender your life to God this very day and make him a reality in your life. Why don't you take the time today and offer yourself to him? Why don't you just come clean with him? Lord, I was born a sinner. I cannot change that status. But you came and took my place, died my death on Calvary to prove you were a man, to prove you were God. You got up on the 3rd day and rose and proclaimed victory that I could have my sins forgiven. And so I surrender myself to you, and I want to live to please you from this day forward. If you know that you have not made this life-changing, life-altering decision, what are you waiting on? Today is a perfect day to surrender your life. You talk to him, you tell him, and he will change you.
No, fool, not the capture, the rapture.